Okay. And I'll send you the link afterwards.
Yeah.
This is great. This is really easy to do. Okay. And we're on. All right. I'm going to mute that. Okay. So we'll come back to that. But this will, from now on, we'll be on live on YouTube. Okay. So this, to give a rehearsal marking for the whole band, you do that under the Dynamics tool, right?
Okay.
And you just double click and it's here under rehearsal mark. And once you do one, it's there forever in the bank. And so you can make as much as you want. I love this tool, especially for jazz charts, because instead of saying section A, section B, or bar number 45, I can say open solos. And then everyone looks at that because that's going to be more conducive to rehearsing a jazz chart. You can be like, let's start rehearsing at open solos, or let's start rehearsing at the head or the bridge. So you can write those in here. Okay. Now, the next thing I like to do is expressive and technique text. So anything that you write under rehearsal marking goes for everybody. But if you use technique text or expressive text, it only goes for that part.
Okay.
It's localized. The only difference is expressive text is italics, right? And techniques text isn't. So that's really the way I think of it. Technically, with a classical piece, it matters which one you do. But for this, it doesn't. For a jazz piece, it doesn't care. So what I would write is solo. And I would put that for you. Just in case someone else ever plays it, it's nice to be thorough. You're the one soloing. Everyone else is going to improvise their dynamics so they can swell in and out of their note, breathe as needed. How does that all sound?
It sounds really good. I was also thinking of like some of the sax also like doing that with me too at the same.
Improvising with you?
Yes.
Then let's change this.
Easy.
Let's change it to open drone solos.
Okay.
Improvise. Just that. Open drone improv.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you'll just explain it on the gig. That's fine. Just that.
Okay.
That's plenty. Okay, and then right here, I would just simply write in time.
Okay.
And so everyone knows that's like the groove. Now, these are all going to be bunched up here. When you extract your parts, okay, this is going to get messy. Stay with me. When I will eventually extract my part, I'm just going to extract one of them. It looks messy like this. What I'll do, and it's going to come out as part one. I'll talk about how to deal with that later. This is vocals. This is your part. What I will do is I will take my measure tool. I will select that measure. I'll say utilities. Oops, fit measures. One measure per system. And I would just give it its own line.
Okay.
So it's like a big, because it's a whole section. It's, finale's like, it's only one measure. But the way you're thinking of it is it's like the first movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it deserves its own system. And then they won't be all jammed up like they look in the score. In fact, you can do that in the score the same way if you want.
Okay.
Okay. So that's that in time. Okay, I want dynamics here.
Okay.
How's the saxophone entering? Is it mezzo piano? How's the tenor sax entering? And what's cool about this is, check this out. This is a nice little shortcut. Let's say that this guy enters in mezzo piano. And then I'm just making something up. And then kind of crescendos like that. So it's a round. So you want this person to do the same thing. So one thing you can do is select those measures that you have dynamic markings. And obviously you can just copy and paste it. But you don't want to copy and paste the notes. So you say, I only know the hotkey. Which one is it? It's this. Edit filter. Let's see, edit. Sorry, I know all these hotkeys. Oh, there it is. The hotkey is for Mac, Shift, Option, Command F. but if you go edit filter, check this out. This tells you what you're copying and pasting. So if you say none and you say only the articulations, the chords, well, we don't even care about the chords, the expressions, bummer. That's okay. I'm going to, because we're on YouTube, so I think it's going to be okay. Let's check if we're still on YouTube. We lost Dera. Yeah, we're still on YouTube anyways. Let's see if Dera comes back. So this is going to be the boring section of the YouTube video. I don't know why she lost it. But this is a cool thing to like only copy certain sections of it. And if you click OK, and then you copy and paste, copy, paste, then it only copies the dynamics. Isn't that cool? Nobody? Nobody's listening. Okay. Anyways, you can watch that part later. Okay. A couple other things. I'll just kind of keep going, and then you can watch this later for some of this. You need to think about your saxophones. Oh, there she is. I'll just wait. Hi, Dera. Welcome back.
So sorry, my phone died.
It's okay. I continued on with that concept on YouTube, so you can watch it. But the gist is,
watch it. Yes.
Once you use edit filters, you're editing. You're deciding.
Click on the ones you want.
Yeah. That you can decide which aspects that you're copying and pasting. So it's actually a really convenient tool, so you're not redoing work. So if you want to do the same articulations and dynamics and crescendos and decrescendos at a different section, but not do the notes, like if you have harmony parts. Okay. So one thing that you have to think about is where the saxophone is going to breathe. Right now, there's nowhere for them to breathe. Do you know what I'm saying? So right now, this tenor player is not breathing. So there's a couple things you can do. You can, every 4 bars or so, turn a dotted half note into a half note. Or you can just grab the articulation marking and click the note and put in, which mark is it? Where is it? They moved everything. Where's that breath mark?
That you're looking for?
Looking for that little breath mark, little apostrophe.
That one.
And you can put that every 4 to 8 bars. One thing that'll help is have the melody in your head and think about playing that part. You're going to want to breathe there, right? So I would say every 4 bars is a good place to let them breathe. And so a breath mark will do the trick. But something like here, you could do this. You could cheat and just say expression tool, technique text, stagger breath. And then let them do it whenever they want on the 8th notes. On the whole notes, I would put breath marks in. On the 8th notes, if they're doing 8th notes forever, let them breathe wherever they can steal one.
Okay.
That's a fair rule of thumb. Okay. Next, you have to finish these chords, right? Oh, I see. You have the chords.
Yeah, because I added those parts and I wasn't sure what to put for the second alto, second tenor, and the bari sax. So that was kind of what I wanted to ask you. Like, do I just double notes or write like a separate part for them?
Yeah, you can write a separate part or harmony part or anything that you hear. You don't have to by today, but that's something to like really get this tune feeling better.
To work towards. Okay. Okay.
Either
cool.
way,
But then they're just gonna. Huh?
Because I'll tell you, God, Someday is so pretty. It's so pretty what you did, and as a demo, it's so on the right track. Like I can just imagine making that video too, with like maybe we grab Orla and Claire or whoever else you like to sing harmony with you, and just like the three of you sitting around a piano with you playing piano, a couple harmony parts, and then Jesse playing guitar. That'll be so beautiful. So don't be mad if we end up picking that, because that's such a good song. However, whatever happens, I want to finish this chart.
Okay.
Yes. That makes sense.
Please.
But we might end up picking the other one, because the other one's so, it's your own fault. Okay. It's your own fault. Someday's really pretty, and it just.
Thank you so much. Really Thank you so much. I actually cried writing that, and I played it for my sister, and she was crying because she was like, I remember every single thing you talked about, like every single thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was almost crying listening to it too, thinking about you and your father. I mean, just it's such a, but it's beautiful. It's not, what is it? It's not like overwrought. It's not like too melodramatic or whatever. It's just really a beautiful tribute to your father. I think it's stunning, and just all your harmony parts are really cool. Your piano playing's really nice.
Thank you.
All that work you did on the piano when we worked together, it's definitely come out.
That has been helping. I need to put in more work, but I think at least now I can sit down and actually like hear something and be able to play it and support myself. So it's
cool. Okay, so let's go back to this. So I would love chord markings here because I'm a jazz musician. So right here, what we have is a C minor 7 chord, right? Yeah. And here we have an F7 chord, and then
I think that one was the. That one was the. Where did I put that music? Okay. I think that was the E flat. Where my chords are. Let me see. Oh, that was the C with added fourth.
I know, yeah. It's like maybe you would call it like C minor sus. Would they let you do that? No. Oh, I would call it C minor 11.
That I didn't the chord thingies because I didn't know what notes, what things to write for chords.
That is kind of
I can't find the chord.
Yeah, that's kind of a tricky one. You know what I might call this? This is weird. Is F sus over C. I think that's what I would call it, because it's really clearly an F sus 9 chord, actually. F sus 9 over C. Oops, no, they like it to say F9 sus over C. I think that'll actually do the trick. That's a pretty chord.
Okay.
And then you have like A flat major 7 over C. And then A flat major 7. And then another F sus. Oh, that's kind of an interesting one. You got B flat over F. Oh, whoops, that's an A natural. That's not A flat. That's a A minor 7 flat 5 over C. Oh, fine. We'll do it your way. Minor 7. Oh, oops, sorry. My brain is scattered. Okay, because it's an A natural. That was my bad. So that's A minor 7 flat 5 over a C.
Oh, sorry. I meant an flat. Don't listen. Sorry. I think I meant an E flat.
Either way,
sure,
you can work this out.
Flat.
If you, you have an E flat.
Yeah,
you don't have it. You meant
I will.
Did you mean an A flat? Oops.
Yes, it's fine. I will fix the chords. I'll fix.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, put chords in, and then put all those chords into the bass part too. And here's what's cool about that edit filter, because if I'm a bass player, I want to know everything. So what's cool about the edit filter is, let's do that again. You can pick nothing except for chords. And now you put all your chords in the piano part, you just copy and paste them down here. When I learned this, it's like my finale chops. Exactly. It's a game changer.
Helps so much.
Because you can just copy and paste anything to anything, but only whatever you want. And especially when I write big band charts, because I write articulations for the lead trumpet and I need it for the whole band, you can just do that, or chord changes or whatever. So this is a really important tool, is edit filters. Okay. Now, your solo section can't be a bar because you have chords that you want them to play. So you don't have to finish this by today, maybe by next week. I need you to write like an actual, like a real solo section. Is it 8 bars? Is it 16 bars? Is it 32? Is it just these same 4 chords? Is it 8 chords? I don't know. You have to tell me, but you can't just give me a bar.
Yeah. I won't. I was just trying to do the other thing instead.
I get it. I do placeholders all the time. I'm just being a little facetious. So the way you insert measures, maybe you already know this, but you highlight all the measures. You go on the measure tool and you say measure, no, edit, insert measure stack. And let's say you want a 16 bar solo, you add 15 bars and all of a sudden you have a solo. And to help you kind of see everything, give rehearsal marks, solos, open. So we know it's open. And then a little forward facing repeat and a little backwards facing repeat. And we're in business. We got ourselves a solo section. Also, I like to work in scroll view as opposed to page view, which is command. It's command E for me to just go back and forth, because I just kind of like to just go back and forth, and then when I'm done with my whole score, then I go to page view and I make the score look good. But that's all editing. I just like to think in a continuum. Which the only downside is when you're working on a really long chart, you scroll for like 5 minutes to get to like letter X or whatever. But you're not really in that situation, so it's not a big deal. That's sort of my only big comments. I like where you're going with these chords here. I want to know more about what those chords are, but you don't have to worry about that for today. That's for next Friday.
Everything else.
You can show me some chords you're working on. In terms of all these saxophones coming in, I think you set up this cool thing where alto 2 plays this melody and then tenor sax 2 plays it. Then I wonder if tenor 1 can play it here. And then, like you're setting up kind of a round, aren't you?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying by round?
That was it. Yes.
So if you're setting
one person picks it up, somebody picks it up.
So I would just keep that up if you have these saxophones. That'll be awesome. It's like they just keep, so that when everyone's in by here, it had built to that point as opposed to just all at once. Do you know what I mean? I think that could be really cool. And it's not going to take like a ton of work.
So by a round, do you mean okay, if the alto sax is still playing it and then the tenor sax comes in, they keep playing it, right? Okay.
Yeah, so they're playing it here, and then this guy starts here, but they're all playing the same thing. Yeah, I think that'll sound really good. Experiment with it. See how it feels. Same thing here. I mean, just like think about when they have to breathe and put in breath marks. Also, with such a long section, I think I would put in bold lines every 8 bars here, just so that the eye can get used to it. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. I think I have to take this. I'm going to pause us.
You're good. That's fine.
Hello? Yes. Okay, I'm back. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Good. Is everything good?
Yeah, it's fine. I have to answer every Salt Lake City area code that
That's
I
fine.
see.
No, that's fine.
It was just insurance, which is like this whole other part of this. It's like, yeah, it's hard enough to just do all of our stuff, but then I'm like
Yeah.
juggling all this insurance. But they're nice. They're not being evil. But yeah, so that's all that was. It was a quick phone call. But he's okay. He's stable. He's in a pretty good place. It was
Okay.
intense. I
I'm
mean,
glad.
he took a helicopter here on Monday, and it was really scary.
Oh no.
But yeah, but he's in the right place. The Salt Lake City hospital is like one of the world's best. And so even though it was a rough way to get here, it's good that we're here.
Yeah.
And my plan
Wow.
starting Tuesday,
So sorry you guys have to go through this.
it's so intense. But the kind of the idea is he may be here till June or July, hopefully. So my goal starting Tuesday is to just drive up to Pocatello, teach, come back for the weekends, and just sort of make that work for the semester.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get our lessons
That'd be
back
a
on
lot
track.
on you.
It is.
Yeah,
It's not.
but do what you need to do most importantly. I feel like that's the most important thing beyond classes.
Total. I see what you're
And
saying, but yeah, it's not a terrible drive. Couple hours, and you do it twice a week, and then I still get to spend
yeah.
and I might move some lessons around on Friday after you, so that I can leave kind of
Mm,
Friday afternoon, and then I don't have to come back up till Tuesday. That's actually a pretty long stretch every week, and we have a place here. It's kind
mm,
of a long story, but there's this charity that's helping us find a place, which is incredible. So
that's really good. Yeah.
just keeping him in our thoughts, just trying to get him to continue to
Yes.
grow and develop. It's crazy.
Yes. Yes. We'll
Anyways,
keep praying.
thank you, Dara. I do appreciate that. Okay, so back to this. Oh, let me share my screen again. What was I just talking about before I got that phone call?
Just I think about breath marks, which I will do.
Yeah, breath. Oh,
Um,
and double bold lines every 8 bars, just to
double
kind
bold
of
lines every 8 bars.
not double, just bold. Sorry, my fault.
Okay. The one question I had is so applying for the competition and BlackRock and Sage, they're two different applications, right? I
Yes.
kind of got confused. It's two different. Okay, so I'll go on send the other. Okay, cool.
Do you have the link to the other one?
Yes, it's in
Okay.
the initial email you sent.
Yes, it is.
I will just send these in. I will try to put this into Reaper now and
Mix it a little bit.
I probably won't do the improv. I probably won't be able to do the improv section.
That's fine. A lot of people
Yeah,
submit.
but I'll just do,
Sorry, there's a delay. Yeah, a lot of people submit partial scores or partial demos. That's totally fine.
mm-hmm.
Cool.
Should I also send in the score too?
You don't have to. No. Yeah, if there's room for it, submit it. But if not, don't worry about it. I wouldn't stress about
Okay,
it.
I think there'll be room for it.
Then do.
Okay.
But yeah, you have till 5, so
Thank
you have
you
some time.
so much.
And then yeah, the plan is to do an in-person lesson next week, God willing.
Okay, whatever works.
Cool.
Literally,
Thank you.
no
I
stress,
really appreciate your flexibility, but it's also like I want to do it. Sorry, go ahead.
As long as it works. If it's too much, it's fine. Like whatever works for you. If it's too much, just let me know, and there is no problem at all.
That's nice of you to say, but yeah, hopefully we're going into a boring section. It was not boring before today, but the doctor is hopeful that we'll get
Hopefully.
to a nice, boring, long section with some intense stuff in there. But I like teaching
Yeah.
up at ISU, and I like all of you, and I'm excited to work with you on your last semester. So it's also like a passion for me. It's not just like I'm going to work at the waste factory or something.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for all you do, and you're in my prayers.
thank
I
you.
think I have a lot now from what you explained with finale, so I should be able to work on that a little before I put it in paper. But
Great.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm gonna upload that. I'm gonna stop.